So these are the ingredients that I am going to use to make the mock chicken salad with garbanzo beans. Nothing here needs to be refrigerated, just kept cool, and I can keep it in the cooler. So this is going to be a recipe that I want to share with you with ingredients that will not need any refrigeration at all. Hello, my beautiful YouTube friends. It is Letty with Living Life with Letty. And in this video, I am going to show you all the research or all the research that I've been doing to be able to take food in the van without having to have a refrigerator or a cooler. I really don't want to mess with ice. Ice melts and it's such a mess. I hate it. So I am looking for recipes, and I've already found a great one with ingredients that do not need to be refrigerated, but the recipe comes out wonderful. It's healthy, it's cheap, and you don't need to refrigerate it. So if you're new to my channel, I hope that you will stay and subscribe. My name is Letty. I'm 67 years old and I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, and I'm going to be going in my van very shortly on journeys. It may be a week or two at a time, maybe a month, I don't know yet. We'll see how I do, but I think that I'm gonna do well because I've already tried it once. I know where I went wrong, and so this time I am going to make sure that I have all my ducks in a row. I'm just waiting now for this coming week for Jacob, the young man who fixed my doors, is going to put some insulation in my van and also finish a little table that had gotten started, and unfortunately I couldn't get it fixed. So once I have all those things, then I will be able to be a lot more comfortable. It is so hot in Texas, you guys. There is no way I'm going to go anywhere in that van until I get some insulation. It is really, really getting hot here. And even if I go north, I still have to travel through the whole state of Texas, which, as you know, it's big. Everything is big in Texas. So anyway, without further ado, let me show you the recipe that I have found where nothing needs to be refrigerated. Okay, so I have everything prepared now. I went ahead and chopped the onions, and I have the avocado in here. My green onions, I've already chopped them, and then I have all the spices that I'm gonna put. So what we need to do first is smash them into little bitty pieces so that it looks like, you know, chicken. So it'll look like little bits of chicken. And this is going to be a very, very nutritious meal because chickpeas or garbanzos are full of protein and all kinds of vitamins. I was looking at it in the internet. I don't recall all the names, but it is very, very good and healthy for you. And while I'm doing this, because it is, I'm gonna put it down here because it'll be easier for me. I can tell you a little bit of what I did last night. My grandson was in the court of a quinceañera. For those of you who don't know what a quinceañera is, in the Hispanic community, when a girl turns 15, the parents will give her a party, a big party. It's like coming out party. Sort of like I don't know, you know, like high society, whatever, but not really, you know. I mean, anybody can do it, and they do it in different, I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, you just do a little party. If you can afford, then you do a full-blown party. And the party that I went to last night was pretty full-blown. I was so happy that I got invited because, you know, I never go to things like that. And so my grandson was in the court. He was one of the dancers. They had to do 4 choreographic dances, which were awesome. I wish I would have taped it, but you know, it was a private event and I didn't want to infringe on their privacy. And besides, they're all minors and I don't want to face any legal issues of posting things on YouTube without having the consent of the parents when they're minors. So I didn't, but it was wonderful. I had a great time, and I even got to dance with my grandson. I posted a picture. There's a picture that I posted on Instagram and Facebook, if anybody's interested. My grandson is a very tall boy for 15 years old, and you know, they had to wear suits with vests, and they looked so handsome. They really did. Anyway, so I'm chopping these. They're starting to crumble a little bit. I like them very crumbly. Chickpeas really don't have much of a flavor, so whatever flavor you add to them, that's what they're gonna get. And that's why you really wanna break them up as much as possible, so that whatever seasonings, whatever flavors you put in it, that's what, you know, that's what they're going to taste like. It's going to absorb. It's sort of like tofu, you know, where tofu doesn't have any flavor. So whatever you add to it, that's what it's going to taste like. So same thing with the chickpeas. And, you know, it's starting to crumble. They're starting to crumble. Just a few more times, and then I think I'm gonna just, you know, let it go and start stirring all the stuff that I'm gonna put in it. So, okay, so here we go. They have crumbled quite a bit. So they, you know, it looks like maybe pieces of chicken, maybe. So then I'm going to add all the avocado and the onions. And the avocado is going to be like mayonnaise. But the good thing about, you know, mayonnaise goes bad and avocado doesn't when it's not refrigerated. And so then I'm just gonna stir and stir, get everything stirred in there. And then I'm gonna start adding the seasonings and the shredded carrots. And the last thing I'm going to add is the green onions, because, you know, they kind of fall apart. So, but this is really starting to look good, and with the onions, they're starting to smell really, really good. Let me add a little bit of garlic. Not a lot, but just, you know, a little sprinkle of garlic powder. It's not coming out, so there we go. And I'm also gonna add a sprinkle of cumin to give it that southwestern flavor, because I love southwestern flavor. You know, I grew up in California, in LA, so I'm used to eating a lot of things with cumin, and I just love the smell of cumin and the taste. And then I'm going to add the shredded carrots, just a little bit. It's mostly, I mean, carrots are very good for you, but it's mostly for color more than anything else, to give the salad, you know, make the salad look palatable. I think when things look good, we tend to eat them more than, you know, when they have no color or whatever. So that's why. And then another thing that I'm going to add, and you don't, I mean, the good thing about this is you add whatever you want. This is what I have on hand, and this is what I want to add. I'm gonna add a little bit of paste picante sauce, because I love it, and it'll give it, you know, a little bit of a good taste as well. I put paste picante. I mean, I could drink it right out of the jar. That's how much I like it. And so, you know, we just continue to stir, make sure that every single bit is all coated with the avocados and the seasoning and the picante sauce and whatever. I mean, if you want to make it to taste Italian, instead of adding the cumin and the picante, you could then add oregano. You can still add your garlic, but add oregano instead, and then it would taste more like a Italian thing. And then I am going to also add this. This is yeast. This is nutritional yeast. A lot, and I'm just gonna add a little bit, like maybe a tablespoon or something. A lot of vegans use nutritional yeast. It's really, really cheap. Like this bag was $1.20. I buy it in the bulk section of the supermarket, and it has a lot of nutrition that we don't get when we don't eat meat. So, and it's got a kind of like a cheesy taste to it. I like it. Not everybody likes it. I think it's something that you have to acquire. It's something that, you know, but a lot of people like it. So I have everything pretty well mixed up. I don't know if you can see it there. And so then the last thing I'm gonna add are my green onions. And I love green onions. I think it's such a mild taste of onions. I mean, I like onions, but green onions just go well with everything, I think. And so that's my salad. That does not need refrigeration. You know, it just needs to maybe stay at a cool temperature, but nothing in here is gonna spoil. And if I don't want the avocado to turn, then I would have to, and I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. It is absolutely delicious. You guys, you're gonna have to try this. And like I said, you add whatever you want to it and give it the flavor that you want. Thank you so much for joining me today and enjoying my salad. It is really, really good. So thank you again, and if you're new to my channel, I hope that you will subscribe, and I will see you again on my next video, which I'm hoping that it'll be when Jacob starts putting the installation in the table, and I'm hoping that's going to be in the next day or two. So until then, my friends, may the sun shine on you today and every day, especially on your solar panels. Bye-bye, and I love you all.